Rated M for mature.
Here we go. What's going on, people? Fame Entertainment here from TICGN.com. Welcome to episode 37 of the Double XP podcast. Before I get going with my guests, as you guys can see, we have no Mama C tonight, which I know is why you guys come to the podcast. I also do not have my light-skinned brother from somebody else's mother, as they both are going through some personal things. And we should have them back on the show, hopefully, in 2 weeks. So make sure you guys are back with us for the return of my other two co-hosts. So we're going to get started with the panel that we do have here today. We're going to start with my man, Dallas. What's going on, brother?
What's up? What's happening?
Plug that Twitter, G. And you know what? It's like the third episode. It's time for you to be all fancy and shit like everybody else. So it's time for you to come up with a slogan.
A slogan. Let me see.
You can have about,
Not tomorrow. The 27th is coming up. Assassin's Creed is coming out. So my slogan right now is nothing is true, everything is permitted.
Okay. I rock with that. And next up we have a co-host, somebody that rocks to me on Monday, the greatest show on a Monday, the Multiverse show. We got my favorite Canadian, Undead.
What's up? I'm glad to be on the podcast for the first time. Cool to be on the Double XP podcast.
Dope. And we got the Troll Eater, the sweetest sounding girl on YouTube. One of the coolest people you can follow on Twitter, the Ashen Luca.
Hey, what's up? Just want to say thanks for having me on again, bro. I'm looking forward to discussing these topics tonight.
Awesome. And I don't know if she here, but Crunk Girl, what's happening?
Right on time. I literally just sat down. What's happening?
So before we get going, and before we get to possibly arguing, we still have to let the world know that we are gamers. So, Undead, what are you playing right now, brother? And it better be the game of the year 2017.
You know what it is. I'm playing South Park: The Fractured Butthole.
My guy!
I'm playing it on Mastermind difficulty, and my character is full black. I'm going for that authentic experience, man.
My guy.
I have not stopped laughing at that game. I'm actually editing together a montage that's going up tomorrow of so far the most offensive shit I've seen in this game so far, and there's been a lot.
So, in your opinion, so far, is it better than a Stick of Truth?
I actually like it more than Stick of Truth. The humor in Stick of Truth I enjoyed a little bit more because I'm a little bit of a fantasy nut more than I am a superhero nut. But I'm not gonna lie, the new combat system with like the grid and having to position your characters in certain ways to make them more effective, that's a lot more fun and adds a little bit more strategy to it. So the gameplay is definitely a lot better this time around, and it's still funny as hell. So.
I'm with you. It took me about a match or two to really hone down what's going on with the grid system, but I definitely like it. Luca, sweetheart, what have you been playing?
Just a lot of Destiny, man. And I picked up Shadow of War. I won it in a giveaway, so I've been playing a little bit of that.
Oh, but, I seen that Black Tigers giveaway. I think
he hooked me up, man. It's pretty lit. But I've been on that Destiny grind. Really, it's slowing down a lot, and I plan on putting it down completely when Assassin's Creed and Wolfenstein come out. So
completely, like you're not going back?
Well, I'll go back in like December when the DLC comes.
Gotcha. I feel you now. I've been playing a lot of Destiny still. Once I get all my 3 characters over 300, I think I'm gonna pause until the DLC drops. I'm definitely with you on that.
Yeah.
Dallas, what you been playing, brother?
Man, look, Destiny and my girlfriend have been neglected. I might just leave them both for South Park Fractured Butthole.
My guy.
I might have to just for a little while. I really enjoy that game. I won't say over the Stick of Truth. I'll probably go back and forth because I just like both games. The combat is definitely a lot better. The character progression is definitely a lot better. And I really go for just the game, period. You know, I'm a South Park fan through and through.
Dope. Crunk Girl, what is you playing?
I got a little mixture of a couple games I've been diving into. I went back and picked my 3DS back up out of the cave, man. I think I haven't played that thing in like 4 months, maybe. And I've been playing Bravely Default on there. It's really, really good RPG. I think I put about maybe 6 hours into it so far. And I've been playing Watch Dogs 2. I've been playing the hell out of that. That game is pretty fun. The story is a little meh, but the actual gameplay and what you're doing is fun. Of course, NBA Live. I've been playing a lot of NBA Live. And I've been playing a little bit of Madden. So my sports, action adventure, and a little bit of some RPGs. So.
You know, I was supposed to go heavy on Madden this year, but right now Madden kissed my ass. I've been really heavy on Destiny, South Park while I'm at home, but I try to get both of them in as I can. And while I'm at work, I finally dusted off that Vita, and I've been playing Hue. Hue's is a cool little indie game if you guys haven't checked it out. I remember seeing it a while back, and then I remember that it was PS Plus, so I copped it then, and this game was worth paying the money for. It's a cool little puzzle game. If you guys haven't checked out Hue, check it out. I know the supposedly king of indies, Nick, ain't played it yet because he out here frauding, but the god of indies got y'all covered. So go check out Hue. Now,
you said your Vita, right?
Yeah, I've been playing it on the Vita.
Oh, okay. You should, man. It's a bunch of little nice JRPGs on that thing, man. If you're looking for some games.
Yeah, I'm probably picking up YS8. I know it's not really an indie title, but it is cheaper.
The best RPG on that thing.
It is cheaper on the Vita than it is the PS4. It's like $20 cheaper. The PS4 version is $60. The Vita version is $39. So I'm picking that up probably this Friday on the PS Vita. No, that's what I was hoping to, but luckily Persona came through with the clutch and let me know that it wasn't crossplay before I bought it digitally. So I'm buying it physically on the Vita.
Okay.
Likely this weekend. When I'm done with Hue, I'll be playing that at work during lunch breaks.
I'll tell you the game you need to get for your Vita just before we go with the topics. The best game on Vita, that Persona 4 Golden. Go ahead and cop that, bro. You'll thank me later.
Get that.
You'll thank me later. Got to put. It took me 125 hours to beat that game. So yeah.
Okay. Most def.
Go game. I'm telling you. I'm gonna suggest that to you.
Okay. But let's get into some fuckery, shall we? Anybody ready for some fuckery? So there was a developer who no one's probably ever seen a tweet from them before, that no one's ever really cared about before, that no one's ever quoted before, who works for Ubisoft. And he tweeted out a photo of Assassin's Creed Origins. And that photo was the PS4 version. If you guys know this, it's at Galvin D. Young. Not sitting here and trashing this guy. I'm not saying he's a nobody, but as far as his Twitter goes, he has like 261 followers. His Twitter handle says he's a programming team lead at Ubisoft Montreal. Out of breath, running clumsy. You know, people stuff. Opinions are his own. That's the big part. Opinions are his own. So he tweeted out a picture that says 3 years, a lot of hard work. And more than one night later, I shipped my 4th Assassin's Creed. Really proud of this one. Like I said, it's a picture of Assassin's Creed Origins, and it's the PS4 version, the sexy version, as the one Titanfall developer said, the blue version, right? And this has gone somewhat not viral, but it is all over Twitter. And people are making a big deal out of nothing. But before I give my thoughts on this, I want to go around a panel and get y'all's thoughts on Gavin Young tweeting out this Assassin's Creed Origins PS4 version, even though Microsoft has the marketing rights that everyone's clamoring about. Who wants to go? You know what? Undead, let me get your thoughts on this fuckery first.
All right. So this guy clearly has a PS4. I'm pretty sure he stated in a follow-up tweet that he owns a PS4.
Yes.
So clearly, if he has a copy of the game, he's got to have the PS4 version. I don't think in any point of any marketing deal in history did they be like, all right, all your development team, they can only have whatever console this marketing deal's for. They can't post photos of it. They can't. Like, are we really saying they're trying to pretend like it's not coming on any other console because it's got a marketing deal with Xbox? Oh, there's no PS4 version of Assassin's Creed Origins.
Let's keep that a secret. The PS4 version is a secret. Don't tell me about it.
Nobody knows. Nobody knows. Okay, like it's stupid. It's idiocy. And the fact that people are making a big deal out of this is sad. And the fact they're picking on a guy that he makes video games for a living. Dude's got 292 followers. I've got almost double that. And the people are saying they're following this guy just to harass him. It's just, it's retarded. There's no other word for it. It's stupid. Who cares? I'd be posting up screenshot pics of whatever game I was working on. I'd be like, this is great. I made this. This is cool. Who cares what console it's on? I'd be proud to be a part of a project that big.
Exactly. So when you're on the team that's making a game and selling a game, you want every platform to, you want everybody to buy the game. You don't really care. That's nothing to do with the whole nother department. He's not even in the marketing division. But Luca, what are your thoughts on this, sweetheart?
I don't really care, to be perfectly honest. I think that people are overreacting as per usual when it comes to this stuff. Like you were saying, he only has 261 followers. Who would have even seen this tweet if they hadn't have made it a big deal? So now it's going to go viral and everyone's going to make a big deal out of it when it really doesn't it really doesn't matter. In my opinion, it doesn't matter. I just can't find it in me to care, to be perfectly honest. I mean, I see a lot of stuff on Twitter and I see a lot of people getting upset over silly things. And I'm just like, all right. And I make my own post about it. I don't try to argue with anyone with their opinions because at the end of the day, it's all opinion, right? And if people want to be affected by this, that's on them. But me personally, I don't care. The guy clearly just has a PlayStation 4. He's just excited to play the game. Whatever.
Fact. And I think you pointed out to like, a lot of people wouldn't like. Let's say he tweeted out the Xbox One X version. The same people who are upset about not the PS4 version, they wouldn't have. No one would have tweeted or shared anything. So the only thing you guys are doing is making this guy, I guess, a martyr. You guys are making him popular. If he was unknown before, y'all know him now. Crunk Girl, what are your thoughts on this?
This is nothing but fuckery. People are stupid. Like you guys were saying, he probably owns a PS4. He's excited to play the game.
That's what he said. I want to say he only owns a PS4.
No, I'm just saying he showed the PS4 version because he probably owns a PS4, and that's probably what he's playing it on. Like, why are people so stupid? Like you said, if it was an Xbox One version, would any of the people who are complaining be complaining there? They would be like, "Oh, that's cool," or how's the game, or what did you do for the game, or asking him questions. But they probably wouldn't even be doing that because he doesn't even have that many followers. Nobody probably even knew this guy existed until that picture. And for people to harass him is freaking stupid. Like why put so much energy into a photo on Twitter? Like, come on, man. Like, our community got to do better. That's on both sides. Like, if this happened for PlayStation or Xbox, I would be like, it's stupid.
These are facts. Dallas, you got any thoughts on this?
Yeah, pretty much. Like, this man is a game developer. Game development is a long and tedious process, and he spent 3 years of his life doing that. For Assassin's Creed, no less. For that franchise, no less. I know he's excited about it. And then the game finally comes out. I personally been waiting on Ancient Egypt to be a setting forever. He just wants to play the game. He's excited about it, so he tweets about it, and it's no reason for anybody to care what he plays it on.
Like when I was talking about the whole thing with marketing. If you guys on Twitter, someone else who has a smaller Twitter, but he works for Ubisoft. He's a PR marketer, and I seen someone tweet this. He's a PR marketer for Ubisoft. Now this guy's in marketing, so he has in my opinion, he has a different standard than the developers. He's a marketer. He knows what the marketing deals are. He tweeted out 4 years in the making, officially launching on Friday, and his version is the Xbox version. So with him, even though it doesn't really matter to me either way, but with him, you can see, all right, he's in marketing, that's Xbox, and that's what he did. But the developer, I think people are crying. And then, like I said, if Ubisoft would have made a commercial, and at the end of the commercial was the PS4 version, even then, you shouldn't be upset because you don't work for Microsoft. But then you can kind of see, okay, something fishy going on because Microsoft did pay the money for the marketing rights. They have a marketing deal going on. There shouldn't be commercials advertising the PS4 version. But on Twitter, there's a very small subsection of gamers, of us who are on Twitter, right? Twitter isn't as big in the gaming world as people think. Like if you go to a lot of these gaming conventions, PAX, E3, a lot of these gamers don't have a Twitter. Or if they have Twitter, they don't get on Twitter. If they get on it, they're not following this type of nonsense. It's a very small subsection of gaming. So I think a lot of people who just need to learn how to get the baby powder and put it on their inflaming ass because they're getting mad over nothing.
You need to chill out.
These are facts. So we're going to switch topics here. NeoGaf has recently died and came back to save y'all of y'all sins. Apparently, NeoGaf is back and fully functioning. And a lot of people are, still waiting for it to burn to the ground. A lot of people are excited for it to come back. Is anyone on the panel actually on NeoGaf? And if you are you excited that it's back, or do you kind of want it to go to the wayside because we have gotten a lot of different allegations coming out from different moderators and such?
Well, I'm on NeoGaf, but it's just because of the site. It's because of the website. But do I be on it every day? Hell no. Like I don't be on NeoGaf like that. Only time I hear about NeoGaf is when like MPDs come out early because usually they get it, or Dual Shockers or some website mentions NeoGaf or a rumor. But other than that, I don't even check NeoGaf like that. It's just something that I had to get on because of the website. Because you never know when you can catch some news on NeoGaf because they usually getting a lot of news first.
Okay, Undale, you got any aspirations of? Are you on NeoGaf at all? Do you care that it was almost
banned? I got banned from NeoGaf because I posted in a forum asking for a list of PS4 Pro games that had Pro patches.
What?
And someone thought I was trolling. I was trying to be like an Xbox troll or whatever, so they banned me off NeoGaf.
Wait, but Xbox gets shit in NeoGaf every day.
So I just wanted to know what the PS Pro patch games were on the PlayStation. I just wanted like a list, or if someone could like enlighten me. And one of the admins blocked me.
Oh, that's a dumbass reason to block somebody.
I was like, well, okay, well, this site was fun. I was probably on there for like 2 days, probably. So, yeah.
Wow, that's completely stupid. Because I've literally seen posts where Xbox is getting killed, and you literally legit ask a legitimate question for, because you have the Pro, right? Or you got the OG?
I've got the OG Xbox One. I got the PS4 Slim.
Gotcha. I think that's a really stupid reason to get banned.
That same little thing where they be getting rid of people though. They don't matter. They don't discriminate. They be getting rid of PlayStation and Xbox dudes. They don't care. They be doing
that is true.
That's kind of silly, man. That's a silly ass reason.
N4G, like they have like there's a lot of people I know in the industry that they kicked off their website for dumb reasons.
That's completely. And for those who don't know, if you guys follow like Shinobi and all the guys on Twitter, they are creating their own version of GAF. So if you guys are done with GAF, there's a spot for you. So you guys might want to check them out. Luca, you got any thoughts on GAF damn near burning to the ground?
Not really. I've never been on NeoGaf before. I've heard about the issues Xbox fans have had with NeoGaf, because I'm in the Xbox community, but I've never been there and I've never seen anything they've posted, so I'm pretty apathetic about it. The reason that, all of it shut down, if all of those allegations are true, then I'm glad that those people are out and, hopefully they can get some people to clean the place up a bit.
I like it. Luca, straight to the point. She ain't taking no shit. Alexa, you better not. I gotta take this Alexa dot away from my desk, right? Because it thinks it keeps hearing its name, but it's not hearing its name. I gotta get rid of this thing. Dallas, NeoGaf. I know you love the place.
I have zero firsthand experience with NeoGaf. To be completely honest, I know it's a thing that exists somewhere on the internet, but I have no clue how it works because I've never been. I've heard of it, and that's about it. As far as what's going on with them, it should be handled like it gets handled with any other entity. But what they are, and am I glad it's back, or am I glad it, or do I think it should leave? I have no clue. I know nothing about it.
All right. No one here cares about gaff, so it can wither and die, or it can prosper, and no one on this panel absolutely cares. So today is the day we hear that the Kinect, which we all know was famously bundled with the Xbox One, will cease production. What's in the stores is in the stores, and they will no longer make any more Kinect devices. Does the panel have any happy thoughts about the Kinect? You guys sad to see it go? Because honestly, I was super excited for Kinect 2.0. The original Kinect, when it came out, I went out and bought it day one, and I was actually okay with it being bundled with Xbox One because I was hoping there would be a lot of real world usage for it. Anybody here, like myself, or sad that the Kinect is going to the wayside and not getting the support that we thought it would get when it was initially bundled with the Xbox One?
No, not really. I was gonna say I never even had Kinect. I bought my Xbox One used, and they were like, "Oh, we could throw in the Kinect for an extra $25." I'm like, "Nah, I'm good."
Yeah,
I had fun.
I got an Xbox, and sorry to interrupt you, but I got an Xbox in last October, so I was on my PlayStation most of this gen, so I'm really apathetic about it. I don't care.
3 in a row with Lucas. She's like, yeah, it's cool.
I mean, I just find it hard to get worked up about this stuff. I'm not emotionally invested in a lot of these things like some people are. I just can't find the will and the energy to care about things that don't really matter to me. So
now, see, I have to connect. Like I said, I bought my Xbox One day one, and I really had high hopes for the Kinect. And the hatred that it got for being bundled with the console, I think killed off any plans they had for games with the device. Because you guys remember the original Kinect, that thing sold a lot. So I thought Microsoft was willing to bet that, okay, this Kinect on the 360 sold so much, let's just put it with the Xbox One, and we're going to make so many games for it. I think when they got to the original hatred, I honestly think they maybe had some games in development for it, and they kind of just backed off. It's like, all right, no one wants this thing. Let's just unbundle it and act like it doesn't exist. Because I ain't gonna front. I was walking in my house, Xbox on, and Xbox. I was using that joint like crazy. I thought that was dope, and I thought maybe there'll be some things that be attached with the Xbox later on that go with it, and it just never came to fruition. Crunk Girl. Oh no, Dallas, go ahead. What are your thoughts about the Kinect being?
I like the concept of the Kinect. I'm a little fascinated by it. I like what it is supposed to do, and I didn't expect it. I don't expect it to just be like the Jesus peripheral or anything like that. But I would like to see a company just sort of develop it and work with it. Like there's plenty of fun applications in gaming for something like that. So I would like to see the technology be developed and worked on a little more the same way. That's the same way I feel about VR. I kind of want them to keep putting stuff out for it, keep working on it, let it keep getting better, it'll get cheaper, and then we'll get something really, really good eventually with it. But as long as there's no money coming in, it won't happen like that.
Does this kind of say a lot that Microsoft isn't going to really pushing out VR to Xbox anytime soon? Because don't you need with the technology? Don't you need that head sensor? Like the PS4 has a PSVR and it has you have to have the camera for the sensor. And then Microsoft, if they don't have a camera, well, I guess they have the third-party cameras now, but it's not the same technology.
I think they were just trying to make it super user friendly.
Oh, the UI, yeah. Because a lot of when the Xbox first launched, the UI was terrible. The Xbox One, I hated the UI; it was terrible. But having the Kinect made things a lot easier because you can just call out to where you want it to go. And then we had those famous IGN guys who couldn't find the settings, which I think that's just gaming journals being gaming journals. And
it's embarrassing.
Gaming journalists are embarrassing. I think you need to be a gamer to be a journalist. Like, I think these people had got a journalist degree in college, and they couldn't get on at the Wall Street Journal, so they decided to go write about video games they never played before. That's the majority of them, honestly.
Yep, I agree with you. I think you need to at least be competent at video games to talk about them.
Exactly. I mean, if you can't press A over and Y to dash to get past a tutorial, you don't deserve to work at a big name or any type of gaming site, period.
Yeah, I agree with you. I think quite frankly, it's sad and it's embarrassing. That's all I can really think of when I consider these things. I feel bad for them, but it's kind of like, well, why would you even think to upload that? You know what I mean? Like, he had to know that he was going to get a lot of hate for it. I don't know. I don't know what these people are thinking most of the time. I find it very odd.
People just don't know how to stay in their lane. That's all. I mean, if you're not the greatest gamer in the world, but you enjoy games, there are other things you can do. Like, some people decide to like just focus on lore. Like when you say some people on YouTube, they might just focus on lore. They might not talk about the actual gameplay. Some people might talk about particular mechanics and how they work. They might have some dev experience that works for you. Just find your lane, stay there. Don't try to do what everybody else is doing.
Yeah.
But does this kind of point to how casualized gaming and how mainstream gaming is? Gaming is one of the most popular, things in the world now. The industry moves with gaming now. Gaming and porn. The industry will move with those two because those two generate the most money. And so people who really don't have a background in gaming are seeing a marketplace where they can go out and spread their bullshit, and people are going to believe it because everyone's a gamer now. You know how many people I run into Dallas? Me and Dallas work together. Figure out some other people I run into at work Dallas to talk about how they game, and I ask them for their gamer tag, and they don't know it. I'm like, what you mean you game?
That is me.
I'm like, what you mean you gaming? Okay, what's your PSN? Oh, I don't know. I gotta look on my phone. Well, what's your gamer tag? Oh, I gotta look on my phone. You ain't no gamer. But nowadays, it's cool. It's cool to be a gamer. And that sucks because it kind of dilutes the rest of us who actually get out in these aim streets with these sticks. Crunk Girl, we got you.
Yeah. I'm good. I'm here. I'm just listening.
What are your thoughts on the Connect being DOA?
I mean, I feel like if they stop pushing it, that maybe they needed to do it, man. I hate that they did it, but I also hate that they made y'all pay for that joint too if you really didn't want it. You know what I'm saying? Like then the whole fiasco of them saying they couldn't unconnected, and then we always knew that they could, and the mixed messaging, and then I don't think the Connect had a chance after that. I wish I could have seen what they tried to do with it. I think there's a lot of things they probably could have did with it. But I guess it is what it is. If people have a Connect, they might want to keep it. It might be worth something one day, maybe.
Yeah, I'm definitely keeping mine. I'm kind of pissed that with the Xbox One X, they're not giving you a free adapter because I got my Xbox One S late. I didn't get my Xbox One S when it dropped. I got it later, so I didn't get the free adapter. And the Xbox One X is it come with that adapter. So now my Xbox Connect sensor just kind of sitting there.
Yeah, I was gonna say because I know PlayStation didn't intend to really push the camera. They really rarely said anything about it. It just blew up because people started streaming more. I don't think they saw that coming. And I wish it would have did more for the Connect for Microsoft when it came to streaming too, because I think because PlayStation didn't make a big deal out of it, maybe that's the reason why the camera just took off and people started buying it. Because I see a lot of people that stream on live with PlayStation, bunch of people. So, and even me, I don't use headsets. I use my.
Oh, we know.
Yeah, I don't use headsets. I use my PlayStation joint. So it is what it is. I wish they would have had like more games and stuff to at least try and push it. Cause I think they had what was it, Fantasia, and it was a couple joints.
Yo, Dance Central was my shit. People gonna talk all you want. Dance Central was my shit, and that's one of the reasons why I kept the Connect was because me and my wife and her friends have come over. Say what you want. Dance Central fun.
Nah, but I think it was something else I was going. Oh, I know with PlayStation, even though people may talk shit about it, but they always updating the playroom. The playroom usually always has something to do in there. They seem like they add stuff to it all the time.
I don't think I've ever started up the playroom.
Playroom is dope, yo. You should play it with your daughter. She'll like the little guys moving around and stuff on the screen. I think she'll like it.
I'm gonna have to check it out.
I know my nieces love it when they come over here and I do the playroom with them. So
now we got some people that's in the chat. It's kind of right on time, right? I kind of want to switch to this topic. Shout out to Kofi and Jack Move who are in the chat. So it turns out that something I guess we've been knowing this for a while, that Insomniac has really been waiting for Microsoft when it comes to Sunset Overdrive 2. And it comes out now that we know their hands are tied up with Spider-Man, right? Which I am super excited for Spider-Man. That's definitely day one launch. We know their hands tied up with Spider-Man, but they seemingly want to make a Sunset Overdrive 2. If you guys played the first Sunset Overdrive, you guys know how it ended. And it's set up perfectly for Sunset Overdrive 2. Now we're hearing that they need a publisher, that they are waiting for a publisher. And I'm over here racking my head like, what the fuck is Microsoft doing? Go over there and publish the game and keep it exclusive to your platform, because that's one of the last few exclusives. If you guys don't count the PC, because Sunset Overdrive is only on Xbox One, right? So I don't see why not go and do what you have to do. Now, if Insomniac has no intentions of making it exclusive, I can see Microsoft not with hands off saying, all right, we can't have this exclusive no more. I'm not publishing shit. Like, I kind of get that, right? I get that. But if they can somehow make it still be an exclusive for the Xbox, it'll be a great pickup, because I love the original Sunset Overdrive. So my question to you guys, do you guys think we will see a Nintendo Switch and or a PS4 version of Sunset Overdrive 2? Let's start with Luca.
I mean, it's completely possible, especially if they don't plan on picking it up. It's kind of sad. It's like they had all of these interesting exclusives at the beginning, and since they didn't do as well as they wanted them to do, they kind of just dropped them. And I honestly, I don't know if Microsoft is going to work with them to make a Sunset Overdrive 2. I kind of feel like they're not going to. I feel doubtful about it. I know a lot of people in the Xbox community would love it, would love the next one to stay an exclusive, but if they haven't, I'm sure these devs have reached out to them and have been like, hey, we want to make a second game. What's up? Do you guys, you want to work with us or what? I feel like they've probably reached out to them behind the scenes, and since they're making this a public tweet, I feel like Microsoft was like, nah, we're good. We'll focus on new things. And a lot of people are like, well, the Xbox needs more games and more first party exclusives and all that stuff, right? But it's just kind of like, well, they worked with these outside devs and they had all these games exclusive to the platform, but they gave up on them. So I'm kind of, just kind of like, well, I don't know if we can really expect much. It's like, if they come out with a game and it doesn't do as well as they wanted to do, are they just going to drop it completely? What's the point of getting invested in these new games if they're not going to support them past a certain date? So
are you putting more blame on the gamer for not really supporting the game, or more blame on Microsoft for not, wanting to have a leap of faith in making a part 2 of a game? Because like you said, the Xbox launch exclusives were dope with Sunset Overdrive and Rise. Like, they had some gems. So who do you kind of put more of the blame on? The gamers for not really supporting the game as much as they would like, or Microsoft for not taking a leap of faith?
Microsoft.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean, I have a hard time saying stuff like, oh, gamers didn't support the game, gamers didn't go out and buy the game, like all that stuff. I have a hard time like thinking that and saying that. Like, a lot of games, really good games, barely sell like 2 to 3 million. You know what I mean? So it's just kind of like, I don't know how much Sunset Overdrive sold, to be perfectly honest, but I feel like it did okay. And they were just like, well, it's not the big hit. It's not a Halo or a Gears or a Forza, so we're just not going to work with it anymore. And, I feel like they did the same with Rise. I I put more blame on Microsoft than I do on actual gamers, because there are gamers that went out and supported this game. I know a lot of people who bought this game and played it. So I know a lot of people have a issue with pointing the finger at Microsoft, but I definitely put the blame on them because they didn't stick with it, and I feel like they don't have any faith.
Definitely, if this game goes multi-platform, I think it kind of shows that the direction that everyone fears that Microsoft may be going in, they're definitely going in. Undead, what are your thoughts on Sunset Overdrive possibly being on the Nintendo Switch and or PS4, or of course, if it goes on those two, to be on Xbox as well and PC?
Well, look, Sunset Overdrive was one of the worst performing exclusives that Microsoft had besides ReCore, which is sad because it's one of the best exclusives they made. Excuse me. It's one of the best exclusives they made. I think I point a little bit of a finger at everyone in regards to who's at fault for it not being insanely successful. Like, it barely sold over 500,000 in North America. A lot of people that have it got it with games with gold when it went free. So
yeah, I remember that, and I didn't see a lot of people playing it either when it went free.
Exactly, it's a great, fantastic game. Insomniac makes really good games. Now, just because it didn't sell insanely low, like 1.1 million is still decent. I'm sorry, that's still a decent number. Did they make
a small install base?
Exactly. And it's not necessarily a bad thing when a game only sells 1 million. Look at games like Evil Within 2 and everything else. Bethesda went ahead and made a sequel for the Evil Within. I think that barely sold 1 million. Actually, it may have hit just over 1 million. I'm not 100% sure. But Microsoft should double down, because I'm getting really tired of seeing Loftus and Greenberg talking about how they have all these great games on the Microsoft platform. I'm just sitting there like, why are you lying?
Shannon Loftus really disappointed me with the interview. I ain't gonna front. Like, I was like looking forward to reading and kind of reading between the lines and maybe seeing some stuff. I was like, really? What do you mean?
I'm sorry. Like, I'm not a huge one for exclusivity. I really don't care whether a game's exclusive. I own both platforms, so if a game's exclusive or not, I'm gonna play it.
Multi-console master race.
Yes, sir. But the problem I see with it is that we still are in a market where exclusives matter. You look at that God of War trailer and tell me you wouldn't go out and buy a PS4 for that game.
Facts.
Right? Like, Sony has done nothing but great things of supporting their games. Like, if Knack 2 gets a sequel, there's no reason Sunset Overdrive 2 can't be a Microsoft exclusive and sell the same, or if better, or whatever. It doesn't matter. Like, a Sunset Overdrive 2 would have been a great push for the Xbox One X. Like, if they had had any hindsight at all, they should have been working on Sunset Overdrive 2. They should have went, you know what? A game with this many bright colors and everything, if we get that joint running at 4K with 60 FPS, that'd be a really great game to showcase the power of this console. But now we use a multi-plats and super Lucky Tales. It's just shameful.
Strong points by Undead. Crunk Girl, what are your thoughts on Sunset Overdrive 2 being going from an exclusive franchise to Microsoft to a possible multi-platform game?
Well, I have been saying this for many, many years, that it seems that Microsoft gives up way too easily when it comes to their franchises if they don't just hit right out of the park. And PlayStation takes more chances, and if a game doesn't do what they wanted to do the first time, they still give an incentive to try it again. If like a boy just said, if we can get a Knack 2, y'all should be able to get a Sunset Overdrive 2. I don't think there's any excuses for that. I feel like the first time out is always the hardest, and then you can always try again and make the game better. There's so many games that we've gotten from last generation or even this generation that the first game was maybe butt cheeks or wasn't good or great, and then the second one came out and it was way better. You know
let me ask you this, Crump. Do you think them going public, number one, is them an effort to put the pressure on Microsoft? Yes. And two, do you guys think that maybe there is more than just a Microsoft issue for them to have to go public? You're telling me nobody wants to publish this game?
I don't think that's it. I think that they want to. How can I say this? Insomniac doesn't want to just be Sony's developer anymore.
Yeah, because Sony wanted to own the IP of Sunset Overdrive. That's why they went with Microsoft.
They didn't want that to happen. They didn't want them to own it. Insomniac wanted that as their own, and they went to Microsoft to publish it because I understand that completely. And I just feel like I feel like that it's not just Microsoft's fault because people got to buy the game as well. But I also feel like Microsoft, if you are going to have these different types of games for your different type of community, you got to push it the same as you do everything else. And if something doesn't, a one-off isn't going to help it either. Like the one-off games, then you got to push sequels, man, to see if you can catch fire, because Uncharted didn't do well at first. The only reason why people went back and picked up Uncharted 1 because 2 was so good. And you got to give your devs a chance. And the community has to give games a chance too.
Yeah, that's something to be said, to seeing the mistakes from the first game, fixing it, and having faith that you can fix all the mistakes and get the feedback from the first game and make another one.
But then you have to also realize that every game that you put out ain't going to do different types of numbers that you're maybe used to, which is why I think why people sometimes get on PlayStation developers or games that are like third party that don't sell a whole bunch of copies. But like I tell people, you never know how much they spent to make those games. Most of the time they make enough back to make another game. Sometimes the games do 250, 500,000 copies, probably sometimes not even that. But you know what PlayStation does? They continue to make them. I don't see Microsoft doing that, and I wish they did, because I feel like they got some great ideas over there, and I feel like they just don't want to push it.
I think they got some ideas, and they got a bunch of IPs they sitting on too.
They actually do got.
I mean, in this world of platformers really making a bit of a comeback, like, yeah, so I think Super Lucky Tails gonna be dope. I said it when E3 happened, like, I'm grabbing a Super Lucky Tails. But I'd have been that much more happier if that would have been a new Banjo. Or had that been a Conquer.
I said the same thing, and I was so happy when Insomniac brought back Ratchet and Clank. Like, well, I'm gonna say this: I wasn't happy for the game per se. I was happy after I gave it a chance at PSX, and then I finally it came out and I played it. I'm like, you know what? This joint is fun. Like, maybe some of these developers should bring back some older games, you know what I'm saying, and revitalize them and update them a little bit.
I'm hoping with the success of, like a Mario Odyssey, as some of these people are saying, that we can see.
Man, Mario is going to do damage in November. I keep telling people.
I'm hoping we can get a Banjo or whatnot. But Dallas, I know Dallas actually came over to my house and played Sunset for the first time, and that man was locked in.
Sunset is a fun game. I mean, Insomniac is a great developer anyway.
So Dallas, what are your thoughts of it maybe going multi-platform?
So I don't have a whole lot to say on this subject, but I think Microsoft is asleep. Y'all need to stop being a hoe. But no, take that back. Keep being hoes, keep sleeping. Because if it goes multiplat, that's a win for me. I get to have it on PlayStation, and I get I take it. Either
Sounds
way,
about right.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, the only thing that should really matter is the game being made. It doesn't matter if it's multiplat or not, to me.
That's the point. I just want to see the game be made available to me. If I have to buy Xbox, whatever. If I don't, whatever. But just make the game. Somebody pay for it, damn.
So I mean, I guess I know Undead touched on it. So you guys is everyone kind of in the boat? You kind of over the. It seemed like you guys really kind of over the exclusivity or games being exclusive. I know Undead spoke on it. You guys kind of feel the same way. You guys just want your games. You kind of don't care.
I mean, I have a PlayStation and an Xbox. I don't care. If I want to play a game, I'll go and play it.
True, but I think exclusives, at the end of the day, exclusives give consoles their identity, and I think exclusives are important.
Because don't they give you the reason to buy the console? Because if there wasn't exclusives, you just buy one console and
that's why I go with PlayStation, because a lot of their exclusives I like.
Crunk, you gotta have buy your Xbox though, G. You tripping?
No, you know what though? I really do want an Xbox. If I had the bread, I probably would get an Xbox, but not this year. The only game I wanted to play this year is this year I wanted to play before everything got freaking pushed back, canceled. I wanted to play Cuphead. I wanted to play Scalebound, and I wanted to play Crackdown, because I'm a huge Crackdown fan. That's one actually.
Bro, did you say Scalebound? Like, stop breaking my heart. Every time somebody say Scalebound, my heart get broken.
You don't even.
I mean, but you gotta realize Scalebound was like a person who likes PlayStation. That was our type of game.
Yes, that was Xbox's Devil May Cry.
I'm still hurt about Scalebound.
It actually did kind of remind me of Devil May Cry a little bit because of the main character. But yeah, man, like I was excited for that game. Like if I still had the bread or whatever and it would come out, I really was looking forward to buying an Xbox this year. Those were 3 games that I was truly excited for. Some people wasn't excited for Crackdown, but I like Crackdown 1 and Crackdown 2. Those were the games that I actually did like and did play on the OG Xbox and 360. So.
Now, before we get to the last topic, if you guys are listening, make sure you guys hit that like button. If you're watching live, if you're watching this on the Tick Network YouTube channel, if you're watching on TICGN.com, listening on iTunes, Podbean. So this show is all over the place, right? There's a lot of different platforms you can listen to the WXP podcast. Smack the like button before we get to the next topic, because I want all hatred to be pointed towards at Nicodemus X, okay? Because here's the reason for the last and our main topic. So, according to my light-skinned brother, Mr. Nicodemus X, the Xbox One is now an irrelevant platform and it's no longer a competition for the PS4 and Nintendo Switch. That the only thing that matters right now, the fight for the king of the hill is between the PS4 and the Nintendo Switch. So, I asked my panel to address your answers towards Nick. He's not here to defend himself, so you can go in on his ass if you need to. Address your answers towards Nick. Has the Xbox, as far as competition goes, become irrelevant and it's no longer a competition for the PS4 and Nintendo Switch? We're going to start with Undead. Address your answer towards Nick, whether it's positive or negative.
Man, as usual, Nick's got his full pony on, which is not wrong of him. But I disagree to a certain extent. Xbox may not be doing the most competitive things right now. But if you're telling me that people are either going to make their primary console either a PS4 or a Switch, ain't nobody making a Nintendo Switch their primary console. Okay? Nobody wants to play multiplats on that. Everybody's buying Nintendo Switches because they want to play Zelda, they want to play Mario, they want to play... Yeah. Everybody buys Nintendo products for their exclusives. Nobody cares about multiplats on Nintendo Switch. Okay?
We've been conditioned that way, though. We've been conditioned not to want multiplats for it because the multiplats are always inferior.
This is true. So, but Xbox is still relevant. And everyone's saying like the Nintendo Switch is dummying the Xbox One. If you look at the actual numbers for it and like break down the mathematics for it, the Switch is actually selling slower than the Xbox One did at launch. And that's even with all the DRM, Connect, and everything else BS going. Don't get me wrong. They're going to move a ton of Switches this holiday with Mario Odyssey. But
you ain't going to even, you might not them joints, bro. Like if you get one, you might want to sell it on eBay.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't think any of these platforms are relevant. I think Nintendo's making good moves to make its platform more relevant. I think PlayStation is doing as PlayStation always does. I don't know why everyone expects PlayStation to fumble. And the whole time they've been in the console market, all they had was that misstep at the beginning of the PS3 generation. And they managed to recover from that in the long run anyways. So I think Xbox and PlayStation are still the top 2 most relevant platforms. That's where a lot of people are going to play their multi-plats and everything else. Like if you want to play Assassin's Creed Origins, you're not going to sit there and wait 8 months and be like, well, I really hope they make a version for the Switch. It's same as these dudes. They're getting excited for Wolfenstein on the Switch, but they're waiting 6 to 8 months longer to play that game so they can play it on the Switch.
I'm not waiting. No, if I wanted to double dip, I probably would just to see how it plays on the Switch. But I'm not waiting for no Switch version. I'm gonna play it where my Multiplat machine, and then maybe I'll buy it later.
Exactly. So I think what you're going to see is everyone's going to either own an Xbox or a PlayStation, but everybody's going to have a Switch on the secondary because there's a lot of good games on the Switch. But I don't think it's going to replace Xbox and the multi-plat side of it. That's just my thing on it.
I agree. Because for a lot of people, it's like you're saying, the Switch is just a secondary console. It's not really, I mean, it's relevant, but it's just like, it's for exclusives, you know? Who's actually going to play Wolfenstein on the Switch? I don't know, man. It's kind of like Doom is only 30 frames, you know? It's just like, man, I wouldn't do that. If I would just get I'd get a PlayStation or an Xbox to play those games because I'd want to play the best version. And unfortunately, the Switch does not have the best version of those games. It has a version, which is good. It's good. It has support, but it's a secondary console for a lot of people.
Isn't it like running like 30 frames or something like that?
Yeah, it's running at 30 frames.
So, Ms. Luca, would you say that our friend Nick is talking out his ass?
I mean, at the end of the day, it's his opinion. You can't really argue opinions, you know? But my opinion is absolutely he's talking out of his ass. So, like, come on, let's not be silly here. The Switch is doing its own thing. It's not really in competition with PlayStation and Xbox. It's just Nintendo does what Nintendo does. They do whatever they want. They're obviously not concerned with what's going on and having a powerful console or being competitive or anything. So I wouldn't even put them in that argument.
Yeah, I think before we get to the next price, I kind of think when regards of going PS4 and the Switch are top dogs. I think it's PS4 may be your top dog in console, but the Switch is your top dog in like handhelds. Like that's your choice between a Switch and like a 3DS. I don't know because I had a Switch and I sold it, but like you guys pointed out, I don't know if any hardcore gamer or any gamer period that will make the Switch their primary console. If you play a lot of the multi-platform games, you're not making the Switch your primary console. But Crunk Girl,
what's that?
I need you to address your PlayStation brethren, Mr. Nick, and give your thoughts on this, man.
Nick, I love you, bro. Yeah, I'll say this. For PlayStation, I feel that the Switch is starting to get games that the PlayStation would only have when it comes to the Japanese games. So Sony should look out for that. But other than that, I mean, I think there's no top dog. I think everybody's got a foot in the race. I don't think Xbox is done until I see something by next year when it comes to what they show for E3. Not as being done as in like, oh my God, they're not selling anymore, but foot in the race as in with.
Let's keep it 100. Let's keep it 100. If they don't show no games, first I'm tired of waiting on E3, but they don't show no new games at E3. The game that's coming, it's done.
Yeah,
let's keep it funky.
I didn't want to say it like that because see, you said it with a little like heat in your voice. I didn't want to say it like that, but yeah, man, they got I thought that their E3 this year was good. It
was a good show, but at some point you do gotta remember. Phil came out and said we got some games that are 2 or 3 years out, right? So if that's the truth, and games are 2 or 3 years out, next E3, because we've been saying for the past 2 years, well, wait for E3. Next E3 come, you don't show me no new games. I'm losing the faith that I got left.
That's one thing I was upset with Microsoft and PlayStation. A little bit more with Microsoft because I know PlayStation has a little bit more to show as an events. Hold up, Mom. My bad. Hold up. My mom. But yeah. As in when it comes to Microsoft, when it comes to Microsoft, they have they don't have a lot of events to push games. So whatever they needed to push, they should have pushed it at E3. Sony doesn't have that problem because Sony cannot show a new game at E3, but they can go to PSX and show a new game. So I feel like this E3, Microsoft gotta do what they do, because if not, I'm gonna be a little bit upset with them. And I'm not even a huge Microsoft fan like that, but I want everybody to prosper. I want everybody to do good, and I want everybody to impress me.
Okay. Dallas, you were the Chris to Nick's cross at QuakeCon, but you got to address him, brother. What's going on? Do you feel him on this, or do you think my man just talking crazy?
First off, Nick, you ugly. I just want you to know that. Secondly, you know, it's PlayStation Nation over here. But I won't say Xbox is an irrelevant console. Like, that's not really, I don't really think that's true. But it's PlayStation over everything either way. Now, as far as Nintendo is concerned, I've owned every Nintendo system since Super Nintendo, with the exception of the Wii U and the Switch now. Never would I ever have a Nintendo console as my primary. But I mean, it's PlayStation all the way. That's my whole answer. I don't really have much else to say. It is PlayStation the entire way, but I wish Xbox will, because I like the competition. I like that there's a spirit of competition, because that means you're going to get better. That means I get better PlayStation products next year.
Okay. I feel, and you hit the nail on it. I think it's a beautiful thing. Competition is what drives these companies to do better by us, which we own these companies. They don't own us.
And I'd much rather you be driven by competition. I'd much rather you be trying to one up the next company than just be focused on how to make the most money.
Now, we got a couple of minutes left. I do want to go around the panel really quick. Last thing I want to ask you guys, Undead, Game of the Year 2017, what is it?
You really asking me right now?
Right now, on the spot, Game of the Year 2017, and you get to pick one game. Game of the Year 2017. What is it, sir? Okay, up to now, because I know Wolfenstein is still coming. Assassin's Creed.
Okay, I was gonna say because
up to right now, what's Game of the Year 2017?
I was gonna say hatcheting Nazis is like my most anticipated thing to do this year. So, damn, I played so many games this year too.
You have, yo, shout out, your game score has been ridiculous lately.
Yeah, I got up 80,000 this year, so it's been crazy. I'm gonna have to say South Park right now. The South Park is definitely. You also gotta realize too, I haven't been playing a lot of new games because I went and bought a PS4 in March, so I've been slowly working through like Uncharted, The Order, that kind of thing. So I've been working through older games, so I can't classify them this year, but South Park's definitely the most enjoyable game I've played so far this year.
Okay. Luca, sweetheart, up to right now, your Game of the Year.
Life is Strange Before the Storm.
Woo, I know Demi listening, he happy right now, clapping his hands. Hercules.
Yeah, that game's, I love it so much. I love the first game so much. So if I'll have to see how Wolfenstein and Assassin's Creed are, but Life is Strange is my Game of the Year right now.
You don't know she meant that? She didn't hesitate. She was like Life is Strange Before the Storm, like immediately. Like she meant that. Okay, you know what? I got a confession. I do own the first Life is Strange, the first season. Played the first episode and stopped playing it. So
yeah, see, that's the issue with a lot of people, is that they only play the first episode. I know the dialogue is really cringy and it's kind of awkward, but the story is deep and it means something. And I think by the end of episode 2, you know, a lot of people are like, okay, I'm kind of on board for this. So I would say play it again, try to give it a shot, and push past the awkward dialogue, because it's not like it's the entire, you know, it's not everything they're saying. It's just a couple of really weird words here or there. And the game, it means something. It means a lot to me. It's probably the only game that's made me cry in the past couple of years.
I've heard that a lot from people, that it really hit them in their feelings.
Yeah.
Man, the season 1 episode, I think it was the end of episode 3. I like put my controller down. I was like, man, I need
Life is Strange.
Oh, I was playing that and then I stopped because I went to something else. I got to go back to Life is Strange. I got to like episode 2. I think I did like half of episode 2.
Yeah, I got to tell you, episode 4 of season 1, that like pretty much ruined me. I remember I played it and I stayed up till 4 a.m. because I was so upset. I was crying. I was really upset. Like,
Really?
yeah.
Like a certain.
I'm on episode 4 right now. You're not giving me a lot of hope for my day.
Ooh, good luck, man. Good luck. That's all I got to say. Good luck.
A lot of people cried. Like,
yo, like y'all making me want to pick it back up. You know what I'm gonna do?
Very good.
no, it's free, right?
Huh?
PlayStation. It was free for PlayStation Plus.
No, I've owned it. I've owned it for like the last 8-9 months. I got it for like $5 from an Xbox Live sale. I've owned it for a long time now. I just haven't, got past the first episode. But Luke over here, she making me want to play it.
Yeah, it's really good, man.
I had bought it, and then when it came to PlayStation Plus, I just downloaded it because I'm not digital. I'm physical, so I don't do games digital. But it came on PlayStation Plus, so I just downloaded it on the system. I got it physical too.
So Crunk, one game as of right now, up to right now, what is your game of the year?
You already know what it is.
Persona 5.
Persona 5. Yes, sir. Persona 5 game of the year has not changed yet. But I will say this, that if Wolfenstein would have came out this year, the first one, I would probably make that my game of the year because I finally played Wolfenstein this year. And it was amazing. Best first-person shooter I played story-wise this whole generation. But because that game's old, it's Persona 5. Hands down, best game I played this year. I'm at the end of that game on the last boss, and I got so pissed off, and I just put it down. But I got 160 hours in that game, I believe. I put Horizon Zero Dawn down for that game.
Blasphemy.
Persona 5 takes your life, yo. I'm telling you, that game is amazing. Like, if you're into JRPGs, you will love that game. Like, I'm telling you, I put 160 hours into that game.
Okay. Dallas, as of right now, what is your game of the year, sir?
Man, you know how hard this question is for me right now? I got like a list in my head right now, like 6 games that I'm considering, and none of them to me are just like, this is the one, this is the game of the year. And being that I've been playing South Park lately, if I'm being all the way honest, I can't even call that game of the year just yet. Probably the game that was the most consistent to me thus far, and y'all finna think I'm crazy because this is coming out of left field though, was Injustice 2.
Boy, if you don't get out of here with that,
that's saying something. I'm being for real, and that's saying something because I am kind of like mad at them right now for giving us Black Lightning
instead of
Static.
Yeah, that was bull.
And in their version of Black Lightning look like Gucci Mane. That's a whole different story. That's a whole different story. But the game that's been the most consistent, and I'm about to get a whole lot of hate for this, but you can fight me in real life, is Injustice 2. If I just have to pick one right now.
You know, for me, only because I haven't finished it is why I can't say South Park Fracture the Whole. But I know it will be, right? But because I haven't finished the game, I can't say that right now. Next week, when I ask myself this, it will be. But as of right now, it is Horizon Zero Dawn. That's my game right there, and I am hyped for the DLC next month. But as of right now, it's Horizon because I finished Horizon. But when I finish South Park, I guarantee you it'll be my game of the year. But we're going to get up out of here, guys. Make sure you guys go in the comments down below. Let me know what is your game of the year 2017 so far. Is Xbox relevant in the gaming space right now compared to the PS4 and Nintendo Switch? Are you guys anticipating a multi-plat version of Sunset Overdrive? Let us know in the comment section down below. Thanks for rocking with us. Let's get these outros going. Let's start with my brother from the Multiverse Show, the greatest show on a Monday, Mr. Undead.
Well, thanks for having me on the show. People can find me on YouTube at Undead Reviews. I got some South Park stuff going up, and there'll be a Twitch stream on Friday, as I won't be sleeping after I get off work, so I might as well stream.
Okay. The Troll Eater. Where can they find you, Miss Luca?
You can find me on Twitter at the Ashen Luca, and I'll have links to any shows I'm on there because I'm a guest on a couple of shows this week. So, oh, thanks for having me on. I really appreciate it. I had a really good time, bro. And anytime you want me on again, just let me know, okay?
Yes, ma'am. Will do. Then we got my man Dallas, who has become a staple on the Double XP podcast.
Man, what's up? First, I'm gonna go ahead and plug that Twitter. It's Dallas Man, DALLAZ Man. Actually, everything is Dallas Man. So if you have it and I'm on it, find me, follow me, friend me, whatever. I don't really have a whole bunch of cool stuff to say because I'm not that cool, but I will be tomorrow. I will be a couple weeks from now, whatever. Either way.
All right, Crunk Girl, say your piece, man.
What's happening, y'all? Thanks for coming through, guests. Always welcome to bring new people on here. Shouts out to the people in the chat and everybody who's going to watch after this is recorded or whatever. Shouts out to my girl, Mama Cita, man. I miss you, girl. Hopefully you be back sometime for the next month.
Yeah, she say she back next episode.
Next episode, okay.
Yeah.
I'm happy to bring Mama Cita back, man. Shouts out to Nick, who ain't here right now, my light-skinned pony brother. But yeah, man, it's a lot of the games finna get ready to come out. A lot of things been going on. It's almost the end of the year. Shouts out to everybody who support us and support the brand and whatever, and support us individually as well. Make sure y'all check me out on Twitter. At CrunkGirl711. Also make sure y'all check the YouTube out. I'm probably gonna be streaming Watch Dogs 2 for this week, but I may post up some opinion stuff because there's a lot of stuff going on, man. Yeah, man. Thanks for coming through, and I appreciate it.
No, thank you guys for listening. Thank you guys for watching on whatever platform you're listening to this on. And before I go, Nick, girls don't like light-skinned dudes. We out. Peace.